Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Horny Creek. My name is Mark. With me as always is my wife Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It's February 9th, I guess. 2000.
Good job. You remembered the year again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm looking at the poster that we have of Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's, they don't want to wait for their picture to be taken.
He really, really looks like Teddy Ruxpin. Like, every time I look at James Vanderbeek, that's all I can think about.
Theodore Ruxpin.
Do you remember Teddy Ruxpin?
Of course.
The cutest little bear. That's what he looks like, though. He looks like a cute little bear.
You know what I remember most about Teddy Ruxpin? Because I didn't own a Teddy Ruxpin. I wasn't rich enough to have one. I remember he was in the Howie Mandel movie Walk Like a Man.
He was? That's weird.
There's a scene where I think Howie Mandel, I'm trying to remember what the movie was about, but I think Howie Mandel was like a caveman or something like that, unthawed, or I don't know. He was he was a guy he didn't understand. He was a fish out of water. He didn't understand the world and how it worked. Mm-hmm. And this kid was like begging for this Teddy Ruxpin, and he just takes it off the shelf and gives it to the kid. Here, he doesn't realize. He's like, hey, steal this. He's just gives it to the kid and everything. But I remember that movie, sort of, Walk Like a Man with Howie Mandel.
Weird.
You know where Howie Mandel got his start.
I've never even heard of the movie, but I believe you.
But you know where Howie Mandel got his start.
Oh, I thought you were telling me that's where he got his start.
No. The movie was based off previous fame. You know where he got his start. Where? He got his start on St.
No. Fuck you. I made him wait a minute, and he started playing this already earlier to torture me. Knock it the fuck off. I hate it so much.
Denzel Washington, William Daniels, Ed Begley Jr., and Mark Harmon.
I am on drugs that make me angry. Like, you're taking your personal safety and putting it in risk.
It's been so long since we've done a St. Elsewhere bit. I
have been sick all week. I'm on prednisone. I don't know if anybody out there has been on prednisone, but it makes you want to kill things.
I'm also sick now.
I'm sorry.
I'm not on prednisone.
You don't need prednisone.
Okay, thanks. You don't need to kill things. Only I do.
You're healthier than I am. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Let's talk about Dawson's Creek. Yeah, that's a wrap.
This has been the Dawson's Creek episode where we talk about Walk Like a Man.
We're all right. No, that's not the name of the episode.
A movie I half remember. No, the Walk Like a Man's the movie I was talking about with Howie Mandel.
Crime and Punishment is the episode.
Yeah, it's Dostoevsky. He wrote that, right? That's Dostoevsky.
Yeah. So he
wrote this episode. That's why there's bread stealing in the episode or whatever. I don't know. Is that the wrong book?
Yes. Yeah, the bread stealing is Les Miserables. Yeah, Les Mis. Okay.
Enough. I don't remember the crime or punishment in Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment.
Did you read it?
No.
Okay, then. That makes sense. All right. Dawson's Creek. So we start out with, I think it starts with Joey's painting.
You know what the best, yeah, it does start with Joey's painting. You know what the best Russian writer reference in popular culture is?
No, what?
Since we're talking about Dostoevsky. It's in Don't Stand So Close to Me. When the police, when Sting says, she makes me shake and cough just like the old man in that book by Nabokov. Come on, that's genius.
It is.
That's the genius of Sting.
It's referring to Lolita, by the way.
Yes.
In case anybody didn't know the reference.
Yeah, that's a fucking weird, Don't Stand So Close to Me. That's a weird song. If you really dig into it. I dated a girl one time that, real quick, everyone, this is a fun story before we get into Dawson's Creek. There's not a lot to talk about with Dawson's Creek. If you can't tell, I'm padding for time. I dated a girl one time that was like, "Hey, do you know who sang that song? Every little thing she does is magic." You know that song, right? Every little thing she does is magic.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "The Police." And she goes, "Oh, well, do you know who redid the song?" And I was like, "No," because I didn't know anyone redid the song. And she goes, "Sting." I was like, "Yeah, probably because he wrote the song and was the lead singer of the Police."
It's funny. It's very funny.
It's a good joke. Well, not joke. It's a good story.
About the bimbo that you dated? Yeah. Fuck her.
I did.
Fuck you.
Oh, she did.
Stop it. It's mean. I don't want to hear that.
It's okay. Anyway, speaking of fucking people, someone fucks Joey in Dawson's Creek.
Nope.
Fucks her over.
Yes.
She's a virgin, everyone.
So she was chosen.
Not Katie Holmes, presumably, but
to paint a mural to, I believe, express school spirit and unity.
School spirit, yes. She's not the only one. There's like three murals or something, yeah.
It's weird that how she's suddenly an artist, you know? Like, she wasn't an artist. And,
sometimes she's an artist, sometimes she's not. It just depends on her mood.
Yeah. So it's like a big secret. Apparently, she's sneaking in at night and on the weekends to paint.
Not a secret.
The mural, the content of the mural is a secret.
Sure, yes. The nature of what she's painting is secret, yes.
But Pacey sees it. Pacey is there with her, talking to her all about it and stuff.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna show you mine, Pacey.
But then in the morning, when they're at school and it's all covered up and Dawson's asking about it, she won't tell him what it's about.
No. She's like, no, we get to see it as an audience because, like, when Pacey sees it, because we see it in all its glory of Japanese characters and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird choice for school unity in Cape Side because it's not like a heavily Asian influenced community.
No, not at all.
And I don't think that the students would really get any kind of reference of unity from what she painted there, but
she does explain it later. We don't know what it is immediately. Yeah. We're just like, oh, it's like a, I don't know. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. I noticed the Japanese characters is like a pastoral scene. What is it?
Yeah, I don't. I'm glad you hopefully remember what it is that she painted there because I don't remember.
I just said I don't.
So
it's Japanese characters. I couldn't.
But
really
you said she explains it. So
she does explain it later. Yeah.
I don't remember her explanation.
But anyway, so meanwhile, like she won't say anything to Dawson about it, and Dawson knows that Pacey's seen it, so he's a little jealous.
Yeah, I would be too. I mean, they're supposed to be like all like besties,
best friends, yeah.
But she's not letting him in.
No, like I said, virgin.
So okay, the next day or later that day or whatever, they do the unveiling.
Well, yeah. Well, first before we get to the unveiling, let's go chronologically, Carol.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have to help me with that shit.
So, yeah, I'll help you with that shit. I'll tell you what we're talking about. So, we juxtapose and go over to Andy, who is heading the disciplinary committee. And this asshole, Matt, I think you said his name?
Yeah, the one who threw the party in the last episode. The one who threw the fuck
the same
parties.
Guy?
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes, that is the same guy who gave them Jell-O
parties.
shots in the last episode, who was at the golf course.
Yeah, okay.
He is the asshole.
All right. You'll have to tell me about fuck parties. I haven't really attended those. I know you did, but...
What?
The fuck parties.
Jen went to his fuck parties.
I know, but I don't think they were billed that way, Karen. I think she made them fuck parties. But anyway, so...
The cat staring. He looked so like scandalized. He was staring. His eyes were all big. His little mouth was like part open. You know, he does that look.
Catnip at parties? So anyway, she's there as part of the committee, and this dude is being accused of cheating. And one of the things that comes out is while he was taking a test, he picked up his cellular telephone and called his mom to ask her how many people were on the Supreme Court, which she didn't know the answer to. Like a fucking idiot. Who doesn't know how many justices there are on the Supreme Court?
How many justices
what
are
kind
there,
of
Mark?
moron? I'm hammering this because...
You don't know.
No, I know. But I'm hammering this because when I started talking, Carol
Fuck you.
Carol looks very worried that I was going to ask how many people
You're
are...
so mean to me. Like, what the hell?
Take your best guess.
No.
I'll give you a hint. You know it's got to be an odd number because there would be ties otherwise. Although it's not in the Constitution. There is no set number in the Constitution.
13.
But, ooh, close. 9.
Congratulations.
For
now,
what?
a lot of... For knowing that. So, you know, a lot of people out in the world don't know that shit. And you don't need to act like an asshole.
That was for your benefit. 9 justices on the Supreme Court, everyone.
So, apparently that was a joke that he was making, but it's
Well, that's what he says, yeah.
kind of fucked.
So Andy suggests that they suspend him for 3 weeks. And she's got, she's all mysterious, she's got a serious persona.
Cheating is not a joke. Cheating is serious.
Right. And the principal's like, we're going to let this one slide, basically.
I guess the principal has more of a sense of humor than she does.
So he lets him off with a warning. And the guy's like, cool, see ya. And he leaves. And you and I were both like, what the fuck? Like, why have her here if you're not going to take her recommendations or immediately undercut her?
Well, yeah, because it makes her look like a bitch and an asshole.
And completely ineffectual. Like, it doesn't matter. She doesn't matter.
But she put her neck out there, too. I mean, yeah, she doesn't matter. But also, in front of her student, body, she puts her neck out recommending a punishment, and then they don't even do it. So, I mean, that's way worse.
Yeah. So, then she wants to talk to him afterwards. And I thought she wanted to talk to him about, like, what the fuck was that about? And he even thinks that, too, but it's not that. Mm-hmm. She's like, I need to talk to you or whatever about it. I think this is when this happens. I think it happens pretty early on.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
But she's like, the SAT thing, that was me. I'm the one that cheated.
Well, she tells him that way later. She's trying to tell him, and he keeps blowing her off because he's busy trying to deal with other stuff.
But he tells her, he's like, I just got a letter from the National Scholastic Institute or whatever it is, the thing they made up, the National Testing Institute or whatever it is. And he's like, you're in the top 1% of, or 0.1% of tests in the entire country on your PSATs, so you're definitely getting a full ride merit scholarship.
That's weird because isn't a PSAT a practice test?
Yes.
So why would you get a scholarship based on a practice test?
Why would you cheat on a practice test?
The whole thing, it's like if it was the SAT, they should have made it the actual SATs if they were going to give it this kind of gravity.
Yeah, exactly. They give way too much gravity for practice, and they even undercut that later. When she does confess, because he says something like, well, we'll get to it, but he mentions it's a practice test.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's all conflicted. She's like, oh, can I really accept this scholarship? And she's morally conflicted at this point. Now, we get to the speeches, and the first the person that goes on before Joey is this generic kind of cutesy, artsy cheerleader type that's like, oh, and I painted this picture of our downtown and all the football players, and because of rah and unity, and we love each other and school spirit, and everything. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, yay. And then Joey comes up, and Joey's basically she says, hey, I walk down these halls and I think of when we were all kids and we thought we could be whatever we wanted to be, and we had all this hope and optimism and stuff like that, and then as we get older, we lose that, and that gets drummed out of us, and we just we get pigeonholed into what we're gonna be and who we're gonna be and everything. And she's like, so this is what I painted is it's Japanese for like opportunity and stuff like that. And I thought we could look at this, you know, and remember what it was like to have all that like opportunity and togetherness and stuff.
You have such a great memory.
And then she unveils it, and it is like completely spray painted black all over the place.
Yep, you can't even hardly tell what it was ever. It's very sad.
And she gets all like upset and
runs out.
Yeah, starts crying and runs out.
And Dawson and Pacey both follow her.
It's like, I guess this is like a continuation of the love triangle type thing. I don't know where Discount Dawson is back at college, like not getting laid, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they're doing with these new characters. They're there sometimes, they're not there sometimes. I don't know.
Well, Discount Dawson doesn't live in Cape Side. He's not going to be at her school unveiling.
And what about gay Jack's friend? And what about fucking the principal's daughter?
The principal's daughter is the only one who goes to school with them and should be showing up more.
But anyway, they come out. The two of them come out like the angel and devil on her shoulder. Where Dawson's like, look, I'm sure it wasn't targeted at you. It's a random act of violence. Don't be so upset about it. And Pacey's like, how could it not be fucking personal? They chose hers. Fuck them.
Yeah. He's right.
He wants to go full scorched earth. I mean, he's kind of right. Dawson ends up kind of being right, too.
Yeah.
Because it's a low-level mystery for about 5 seconds of runtime. Where it's like, who did it? And the whole time I'm expecting it to be someone that makes sense.
Right.
But it's really not.
Agreed. And I don't remember. I apologize for my very poor memory. I think I fell asleep during this episode. I've been sick. But I don't remember how Pacey figures out who it was. But he does.
Oh, in the least satisfying way possible. He they're at lunch. And he talks to a couple of the like chucklehead dudes. They're like, "Oh, we're bad guys. We talk up in class." And he's like, "Hey, pretty funny about that mural, huh?" And they're like, "Oh, I saw that. Yeah, fuck yeah." And he's like, "Who was it? Who did it?" And they were like, "Matt, had to be Matt." They're just like, it had to be him. He's the only one with the opportunity to do it. That's the same guy that was cheating earlier.
Yeah, the party dude.
And so Pacey comes up and he's like, yeah, fucking that mural, right? Like, good work, right? And Matt's like, oh, I wish I could take credit for it, you know? And he's like, but you did do it, right? And he's like, maybe not, you know, ma. And it's like, the whole time you're thinking, he didn't do it. Like, it doesn't make any sense for him to do it.
They totally played off like he didn't fucking do it, and the Pacey is just flying off the handle.
Yeah, and then the next day...
Which is what happens because Pacey beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, well, I was getting up there. The next day, the guy pulls up in his car, and Pacey comes up, and he's like, so, about that fucking mural. And he's like, what do you want from me? And he's like, I want you to go apologize to her, you know, and everything. And he's like, I ain't fucking apologizing to her. And they start squaring off and everything. And then, he fucking beats the shit out of him. At one point, he should be dead, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually really well filmed and choreographed, this fight scene. So kudos to the stunt choreographer and the director and everything. But at one point, Pacey picks the guy up and slams him down on the concrete.
And his head hits.
His head hits the concrete. It's vicious looking.
Yeah, it's hard.
So, like, he's beating the shit out of him and everything. And he's like, fine, I'll apologize or whatever. Like, he's like, Joshua Jackson really comports himself well here as far as being a brutalist. And then the principal shows up and separates the two of them. And the principal gets Matt in his office, and for some reason, Joey, Pacey, and Dawson are all allowed to be there because, like, ostensibly, he's like, I want to know what's going on. Why did this fight happen? Blah, 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 all that stuff. But it's like, really? He's just going to call everyone down there, huh? All the principal actors report to my set. I mean, office. No, and he's like, so, you know, what happened or whatever? And they say it's about the mural. Mm-hmm. And Matt's like, I didn't fucking deface that mural. Who cares? It was just a bunch of Chinese fucking characters anyway or whatever. And Dawson's like Columboing it over there. he's leaning against the wall and he's like, how'd you know it was Chinese characters if you didn't do it? Because it was like, you know, covered up and everything. And so like he talks himself into revealing. He finally is like, yeah, okay, fine, I did it. Who gives a fuck about it? Some stupid thing. And it's like, Dawson's right. It was just a random act of, like, whatever, school mischief.
Yeah, he was just like, you know, I don't give a shit about that stuff or, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, I shouldn't have to look at it.
Yeah. And there's this really, like, tacked on class thing here for some stupid reason. Because he's like, they don't really go into it much, but he's like, he acts like no human being would ever act in this situation, really. Where he's like, I don't care. The rules don't apply to me. I'm rich and white. What do I fucking care?
Yeah, he actually says those words to their black principal.
I'm rich and white.
Idiot.
And so he gets expelled.
That's pretty satisfying that he gets expelled. But he's like threatening, like, you know what my dad will do? You know, I mean, like, what? Come on. Nothing, apparently.
Yeah, he's gone.
So, yeah, bye-bye, whatever your actor name was.
Matt.
No, the actor.
No, his name's really Matt, though.
Okay.
And he goes to fuck parties.
He throws them.
Like all the best Hollywood actors.
So, Jen is not in this episode. Like, I don't know if her and Henry are off somewhere together. Like, what's going on? It's really weird.
At a fuck party somewhere.
Like, I don't even remember seeing them in the background. I don't think they were there. It's weird.
No.
So.
They need time off sometimes.
I guess.
Is Jack in this episode either?
No. Maybe. Wait, he talks to Andy, I think.
Yeah, maybe at one
Yeah,
point.
him and Andy have a conversation in the kitchen.
Very memorable one.
About the cheating, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, you're right. But anyway, so so he gets expelled, and then she goes to the principal and admits that she cheated.
She being Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she admits, and I mean, I don't understand why. I think it's so fucking stupid. Like, her conscience...
All of it's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, the doing it was stupid, telling on herself is stupid, all of it's stupid.
It's a practice test, which is stupid. And the principal even says, because she's like, he calls her into the office and everything, he's like, what do you want me to do? Like, what do you think I should do? And she resigns the disciplinary committee because she doesn't think she should be in charge of it because of this. And he's like, what do you want me to do? Like, what am I supposed to do with this information? Like, I have to tell them. And, like, you can kiss your chance at a scholarship goodbye, basically. And she's like, well, you expelled him, and what I did was worse than that, so I guess you should expel me. I've gathered up all my stuff. I thought she was leaving the show. She's like, because she goes around with she goes around like every person in a movie that's been fired from their work with a cardboard box, like gathering up all her shit. She's like, I packed up my locker and everything, so I'm prepared to be kicked out. No
high school student's locker looks like hers. She's got so much shit in there. First of all, these lockers are too big.
Yeah.
And, like, there's so much, like, knickknacks and decorations. And, like, how do you have room for anything you actually need in there?
Seriously, no, I agree. I had one decoration in my locker in high school.
Yeah.
It was a picture of Bryant Gumbel.
Who's that?
He was a news person. He was on Good Morning America.
I didn't even use my locker.
Or no, the Today Show. Sorry.
I just kept everything in my backpack. I never went to my locker. I didn't even know the combination.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's good.
I was very proud of it.
But so that's when the principal's like, look, I'm not gonna expel you. Like, that guy fucking, like, he wouldn't benefit from, he's just an arrogant prick. He wouldn't benefit from me trying to discipline him to change his ways. He's an asshole, so we should get rid of him. But you can, you're worth trying to help and everything. And he's like, I'm not going to expel someone for cheating on a test with the word practice in the title. And it's like, yeah, why did you even do it?
Yeah.
The whole point of the practice test is to figure out, do I need to study more?
And what areas do I need to study?
And am I good? Like, you're supposed to be able, like, it's supposed to gauge how prepared you are for the test.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
They should have researched more what this test actually means.
Yeah. But then, so she doesn't get expelled, and the last part of it is, both Dawson and Pacey are trying to convince Joey to repaint the mural, and she's like very hesitant about it and everything. She's like, I don't know if I should.
She what?
No, I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, well, she doesn't want to go through it again. She doesn't want to waste her time. I get it, and like I'm sure it was hurtful, but it was like that was one jerk. But Pacey talks to her.
Well, Pacey ends up bringing. She goes there because she finally she has this conversation with both of them, and she finally decides, okay, I'm going to do it. And she goes there, and Pacey is painting over the mural with like a neutral color
to give her a blank slate to start over.
That's what he says. Yeah, and she's like, oh, So then they start painting together. So it seems like she's moving away from Dawson and more towards him. And
at the very end of the episode, they're painting together, and Dawson walks up and sees them.
Yeah.
And he just walks back away and leaves them to do their thing.
Yeah. So we'll have to see what happens in future episodes here.
Do you think that Dawson will be okay if they hook up? I mean, he seems like he's trying to make peace with it or something.
Yeah, it definitely seems like he's trying to. I don't know.
It's weird. It's a weird situation.
I assume it's going to happen, and I assume it's going to cause tension, so... Because that's the writer's instinct, is to make it cause tension, because that's more interesting. So I guess we'll see. But that is the episode for the week. Carol, tell us where we can find our own copy of the PSATs.
So you can write us at latefee1994@AOL.com. Mm-hmm. Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yep.
And share the tapes with your friends.
All right, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.